Okay, you can still hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. So you would go to log into the sandbox, and then you click this little no wrong arrow this arrow up here, and you go to setup, and then it'll bring you to this screen, which is actually what I was on anyway. So now we're going to look for process builder. So you're just going to type in process builder. My computer's being kind of slow. Okay, so you'll click on process builder. So basically what we want to do is we want to find the process builder that we've already built that looks at the contact object, it looks at the zip code, and then it assigns it to the right um, region and subregion. And we're going to want to open that up, and then we're going to want to start a new one and basically copy and paste. So you can see I've already done the lead version of San Diego. This isn't labeled correctly, but this is the lead version of Bay Area, and then I just did the lead version of East LA. So the next one we're going to find is the Northwest LA or South LA. So I like to do Command F, look for North. It's probably not on this page. You can go to the second page. Okay, so it's probably this. Okay, assign subregion based on northern, western LA. So I'm gonna, like I said, I can't open that up as a new window. Okay, so I'm just gonna open that up. Okay, so this should look familiar. It basically, in the diamond part of it, it will list out. Sorry, it's being super slow. I feel like I probably should have like restarted my computer or something. Okay, so while I'm waiting, you'll want to open up another window. Um, so let me see. I probably have another one tucked back here somewhere. Okay, here we go. So you'll basically want to have two windows open, and you can start. You can. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So you can open up two windows, and you'll want to have one that's the current process builder, and then in the next one, Emily, I feel like every time I try to do like a demo with you, I have like all these technical difficulties. Okay, so for the next one, you're going to want to create a new process. So the way you do that is you click new, and you'll name it something along the lines of this: subregion update East LA, but this time we'll call it Northwest LA. So I'll have you, when you do this, I'll have you do the South LA version of this. So you'll kind of do everything I just did, but for South LA. So you just do this. You don't have to put a description in, and you'll put the process starts when a record changes. And then you save that. So this will be a totally blank canvas. So now you have your old one. Let me see if this will let me open it. Not yet. Okay, and here's where you're going to start the new one. So this time, you see this one says, oh boy, where'd it go? This one says contact as the object, which it's being so slow, it's not letting you see. But here you're going to pick lead as the object. So this will just list all the objects. You can search lead. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Oops. Lead. Okay, and it's just going to say it already has different processes, and that's fine. So instead of checking only when the record's created, you want this to happen anytime it's edited. So let's say someone moves and you put in a new address, you want this process builder to still run. So you'll hit save here. So now's the part, if this one will let me load, where you're just going to do a lot of copying and pasting. So I guess we'll have to find the old one again. Another easy way to find things is to filter to bring the active ones to the top. There's the inactive ones at the top. That way you'll only be searching through the current one. So again, I'm going to Command F for north.
So this is the process builder from the regular Salesforce, and then the other one is in the sandbox, or are they both in the sandbox?
They're both in the sandbox. Essentially what the sandbox does is it copies our current Salesforce, and then you could add new things to it in a sort of test environment. So yeah, they're both, you can open these both up in the sandbox.
Okay.
So here's the one that we were looking at. Okay, so you'll open up the first one, which I don't know why this is not letting me do. So essentially what's going to happen is you're going to, when this lets you, you'll click on this. It'll let you see all the criteria, and you're basically going to duplicate the criteria. And what it'll look like is you'll add criteria, and wow, yes, this just keeps like dropping. So if this is X subregion, you just put X subregion. You'll keep this as conditions met, and then you'll type in zip. This will bring up this. So you don't want company, you want regular zip. Choose. You're going to change this to starts with, and then you're going to be, if this ever loads, you would copy the first zip code and paste it here. So I'm just going to use my zip code, and then you'd go to this one, and then this is this really kind of repetitive process that I've been doing all morning, which I really appreciate you coming in and helping me with, because this is super important. Once we have this in place, you know, it'll not only assign the subregion, but then I have another workflow that's going to then assign a contact owner. So it's going to say, if this person is a San Diego person, it's going to assign you to it, which is then going to let us customize all the emails to come out from your address. So then, you know, obviously that would be a number, not a letter combination. So it'll always just be if any of the conditions are met. So if any of these zip codes are true, then we're going to set the criteria for the next thing. The other thing you're going to want to do is click Advanced, and it says, do you want to execute the actions only when specified changes are made to the record? You'll click Yes, and the reason for that is, I don't know if you've experienced this before, but let's say you update a record and then it triggers an email to go out, even though the updated record only, you changed a field that had nothing to do with the trigger. So essentially, by clicking this, it says, only make this update if the change that we're making in the record is the zip code. So anyhow, I don't know if that makes any sense, but just click yes for that. So once you have all the zip codes in for that first subregion, you're going to add an action, and this is what's going to say assign the region, subregion, etc. So this is going to, oh, finally this comes up. Okay, so this is what you're going to be copying and pasting from. So you'll click into the first one. Oh, I do not know why this is being so slow. I can't even like scroll around in here. You would copy this as the criteria name. I think, yeah, where I put X subregion, you would put this. And then you'd go through for all, let's see, this subregion has 33, which is a lot. And you do the same thing for all of them. And then you would click on this to see what it looks like. So you can just call all of them assign, region, and subregion. If you want to get more specific, you can say assign Santa Monica, Westwood, Beverly Hills, but you don't have to. So in the immediate actions, you would pick update records. You would give the action a name. This is the basic name. If you want to add in the subregion, you can. And then you just pick select the lead record that started your process and choose. And then you leave it as no criteria, just update the records. And then you're just going to do three things. Affiliated CoachArt office equals, then you can just pick one and bring it over, LA. Then you're going to want to do region. Region equals, this one is Northwest. And then you'll look what Northwest LA Santa Monica it starts with. So then you would do subregion. Subregion equals Northwest LA. What did I say it was? The Santa Monica one. And then you'd hit save. So that's all you would do. Then you would move on to the next subregion, put in all the zip codes, give it a name, check any of the conditions are met, check this yes box, then do what we just did. Does that make sense
Yeah.
for the most part?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't remember it from the last time, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too bad, just a lot of back and forth. One thing you might be able to do is kind of pull one out and then sort of make each one like a half size and then put them next to each other. I don't know, that might make it easier if they can fit. That way you don't have to constantly be like clicking between tabs. So you could try that and see if it kind of fits in the right way in your windows. Um, but yeah, that would be a huge help. So I'll go ahead and finish up this northwest region. If you could do the southern LA region, that would be awesome. And if you can't find it, for example, in the existing process builders or anything, just let me know and I can help you. But this would be a huge, huge help. And yeah, I was going to show you. It's not really that exciting, but I'm excited about it. The new process builder, which is the Assign Program Manager. So it's this one. So this is going to be great, and we'll be able to use it for all kinds of things. So this is what I was talking about. It just says if the affiliated Coachart office equals Los Angeles, assign to Lizzie. If Bay Area, assign to Melissa. If San Diego, assign to you. And so this is what's going to allow HubSpot to work, because instead of having to have 3 different email templates, we're allowed to have just one email template, and the email template will update to say with your signature, and it'll send from you, which will be a lot less work for setup and just be a lot more streamlined. So anyway, I'll go ahead and stop recording unless you have any questions.
No, I think that it all makes sense.